Hey guys, here back in Roblox Studio, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make your VFX much brighter. So I have two VFX right here. This one's really dim and not bright at all, while this one's super bright and looks way better. They're just like both flames. I don't know why, I just decided to make this to practice VFX. And basically what you're going to want to do as your first thing is set your color property as bright as possible, because if I turn this down like to a darker gray, you can see how it gets much darker. But you want to set it white. It usually should be white on average, so it should averagely look like this. This is what it's going to averagely look like probably, which does not look good at all. Like if you're using this, you need to make something better. Like this isn't the most realistic type of flames, but this still looks way better than this. And then the next thing you're going to want to do after you turn your color up to max, is mine at max? Yeah, you can change it around too though, like set it to green, but if you're going to set it to green, it still needs to be at max. But yeah, I'm just going to keep it at like white. And then after that, you're going to want to go to your light influence and turn this off. If you set this to 0, it's going to like make it a little bit darker, but that's fine because now you can go to your brightness and your light emission. So now that you have the brightness option, you can use this to set your brightness up. So you want to set this to at least 1 probably. So see, that's how it's looking a little closer to this. The brightness really affects everything. And then after 1, it really doesn't affect it that much. Like I can set it to 5, it does make a difference, but not as much of a difference. But yeah, I would say set this to like 1 or something, because then you want to turn a light emission on. So yeah, as you see now, it's light emission on. I can make this brighter by setting it to 10 if I wanted. And then yeah, it's super bright now. And also you want to make sure your transparency isn't low. So you see how my transparency, I have it on a number sequence right now because I'm making it like slowly fade away at the edges right here, as you can see. So you want to make sure that's full. Like you don't want to turn that on unless you're supposed to, like this. But besides that, you just want to mainly mess around with it. I would say keep your brightness not at 10. I usually keep it around 3 or 1. Like this, I think I have it set to 1 on this one right here, because it's just like it gets too bright. Like look at this, the brightness on this compared to this is like way brighter, especially on the edges. It just doesn't look as good. Well, it's still not that much of a difference, because I told you as soon as you hit 1 brightness, that's like the main thing. And yeah, you don't have to turn light emission on. Like as you can see, nothing really changed since I had it off. But if I set this to 1 and then turn on light emission, then it makes it like that. So you could turn on light emission if you want, but you don't have to. You could also just set the brightness yourself like that to 5. It just makes it look a little different. So light emission makes it like emit more brightness like around it itself, kind of like on the outer edges, versus brightness just makes it like it's color brighter. Light emission actually adds light, versus brightness just makes the colors brighter. So that's really the main difference. And I would say probably turn on light emission, since it's like actual light. And especially if you were doing something like this with flames, you're gonna want to make sure it's like providing some actual light. And yeah, I just have it like nighttime so you can easily see it. But yeah, I would also say set it to nighttime if you're trying to make VFX, because you want to be able to make sure your brightness is good. And that's really the main thing. There's not much more you can do. Like you could always duplicate it, and like look, if I duplicate this a couple times, it's going to be way brighter, but it's also going to look a little weird because it's designed for 1, but it does make it brighter. And yeah, you could always set the brightness to 10. Like look, let me just turn off light emission. Oh wait, it's already off. Let me set this to 10, and let me go ahead and duplicate this a couple times. So you see how much brighter it is. It is going to be brighter, but if you're doing something like this, like what I have, you're not going to be able to do this. So you're just going to want to make sure you have your brightness at the one you want. You not duplicate it 1,000 times like this. But on other situations, you can duplicate it like that. Like let me come over here and show you guys this beam I have right here. So I did a tutorial on this too. So you see right here, this wouldn't be as bright if I didn't add multiple beams, but that didn't need to be like, that was fine being duplicated. So I duplicated it to make it brighter, versus this one I can't. So you can duplicate it in certain situations to make it brighter, but I wouldn't unless you can, because like flip books like this one you can't. But on beams you can duplicate it. It's just on particle emitters it works differently. So on beams it's probably fine to duplicate it a lot, but you probably shouldn't be duplicating too much to make it brighter on your particle emitters. And that's really going to be everything. That's mainly all there is for brightness. Like there's not much other stuff you can edit. There's always other small things you can do, but I'll say those are the like main things to know. So this is gonna end my video. Subscribe to help the channel. Bye.